I had to lower my seat so that my tinfoil hat would fit in the frame. There you go. So, Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell has done phenomenal work in his first year. Won the division, 12-plus wins, and you could tell, like, he's maybe a little Machiavellian. You could tell that maybe there's a little something going on behind the scenes, beyond the whole smile. 6'5", and also an amazing offensive leader of men. He's fantastic, but is he scheming back there? Like, is he playing chess and not checkers? It's very possible. So, when the Vikings just looked dead, lethargic, dead and gone, just completely flatlined, going into Green Bay and taking on the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers, as well as a just completely ridiculous offensive game plan that left Kirk Cousins out to dry. That they didn't adjust when they had their ninth string center in. They didn't find creative ways to get Justin Jefferson the football like they've always done all damn season long. Conspiracy theory, man. Conspiracy theory time. That, hey, did Kevin O'Connell intentionally lose against the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers to set the Vikings up for success in the playoffs? So let's look at the. All right, so that's a stupid score, but let's look at this. So, if the Vikings had beat the Packers, which would have been fantastic, obviously, 13-3, would it be? Same record as the Eagles. Doors wide open for the 1 seed. The Niners are still staying at bay, and the Vikings will be in the 2 seed, potentially getting the 1 seed week 18, which would be great. It would be fantastic. But looking at the matchup, not to disrespect the Giants, but the Vikings just beat the Giants at home. That's what Kevin O'Connell potentially is looking at, as well as, if we settle into the 3 spot, we'll know who our opponent is since the Giants are locked into the 6. We'll have a couple of weeks to prepare for them, versus if you get the 2 seed, you get the wild card. Well, pun intended, but you get the team that's coming in hot, whether it's the Lions, well, not so much the Seahawks, and it wouldn't be the Packers if the Vikings had won the 2 spot. So maybe they're just like, maybe if we just sit back and we're okay with the 3. Yes, it could cost us a division game if it's a 2-3 matchup, but we'll take care of that when we cross that bridge, right? So, goes into the conspiracy of the benefits. So, the benefits of losing the game and dropping from the 2 seed to the 3 seed, where you're basically locked into the 3 seed, you're allowed to rest your veterans week 18. And that's something that Kevin O'Connell had talked about, where they want to balance reducing snap counts and making sure that everyone's ready to go for the start of the playoffs, right? And also you have the extra week of prep against the Giants. So coaches, scouts, everyone has 2 weeks instead of just 1 week to get ready for the G-Men, especially after they just played the Giants a couple weeks ago. Plus, maybe this is a full-on psyop, which maybe this is getting into like the full-on Machiavellian machinations of Kevin O'Connell. False hope for the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers fans. We're like, go Pack, go. Also, the thing I love the most about this season is Packers fans, when the team was 4-8, really exposed themselves for the fraudulent fair weather fans that they are. Because, they were done. They were talking about trading Rodgers. They were talking about trying to get a better draft pick. They were talking about this and that and the other thing, and they were jumping ship. Hey, I look forward to you guys playing half your home games in Milwaukee because you can't sell out Lambeau in a couple years. So, again, getting into why Kevin O'Connell could have maybe not hyped up his team as much as possible, maybe didn't enforce the cleat rule, and even though they would have had traction, maybe didn't put in a great offensive game plan because he wanted to sell for the 3. He wanted to go up in there, right? So, again, the benefits are there. Now, why this theory is ludicrous. Woo! It's the NFL. You play to win the game, right? It's your rival. You don't want to give them any hope. And also, seeding does matter. Like I said, if the Vikings beat the Packers, they would have a chance for the 1 seed. But also, the whole thing about Kevin O'Connell is that this week, or previous weeks too, like, he didn't talk about, like, hey, you play to win the game. Like, he didn't come out guns blazing like Doug Peterson. It's like, hey, we're going to play this game against the Texans. We're going to whoop somebody's ass, even though it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So Kevin O'Connell didn't come out and say, hey, we're going to play to win the game. He talked about being competitive. He talked about also balancing, resting veterans. And it just seemed to me from his comments that he wasn't overly concerned about seeding, which I kind of understand, because if you don't get the 1 seed, if you're not first, you're last, and the Vikings still had an outside chance of the 1 seed, but the Eagles would have had to lose to the Giants, and the Giants have nothing to play for since they're locked into the 6 seed. So it could have been just tilting at windmills. So, if you're not first, are you last? Maybe that's what he was thinking. So maybe he is comfortable with the 3 seed. Maybe he wants that extra week of rest. Maybe he wants that extra week of prep for the Giants. So you already know and grooved your playoff matchup. And maybe he didn't want any piece of whoever's going to get hot and the 7 seed. Maybe he sees the Giants as a team that they've already beat in the same environment and same circumstances as, hey, we'll just do it again. I don't know, man. But it is fun to think about. It's a conspiracy, man, because you can't play that bad unless you're intentionally trying to play that bad, right? Unless you look at the Cowboys and the Eagles and then maybe the Lions game. I don't know, man. But conspiracy theory time, man. Did Kevin O'Connell lose on purpose to groove a 3-seed matchup with the Giants? I don't know. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.